construction firms dropped out.
According to leaked documents, the Cop City launch plan is months ahead of schedule. This entrepreneurship seems to be working. The forest defenders say law enforcement has stepped up raids on their camps, so they built barricades to avoid police rather than tree houses. It's some sort of Antifa Swiss Family Robinson.
Okay, so that's about 50 feet high.
Yeah. Tree sitters may drop things. Bodyguard beat.
You just said that they drop paper bags and shit.
Well, if the cops are in here and you can't come down from the tree,
It's a lot of different ways to protest. Why is your way, you live in a tree house 80 feet up, you drop 50, you paper bag?
We have to stop Cop City because they're practicing to murder us, they're practicing to bomb us, they're practicing how to come into our homes more effectively while we're asleep.
the alternative is staying here, sitting in the bag sometimes, or lay down and watch the world burn. Anyone up there?
Please don't drop shit on us. This is my only suit.
Since my visit to the Atlanta forest, police raids and arrests have only been more frequent, culminating in last week's shooting. Police don't usually target protesters like this in America. What if they go after celebrity journalists next? Good thing I got rid of my phone in the woods. Police can't track me. Oh shit! How am I supposed to get an Uber out of here?
President Trump attended the G7, which was held in Quebec, Canada. And for those of you who don't know, the G7 is very important. It's when you add a G4 to a G3. It's also when America and its closest allies come together for 2 days of meetings on economic issues. Basically, it's the world's most boring sleepover. And even before it began, things got off to a rocky start. Rocky 4 starts.
Before heading to the summit, President Trump sparked controversy by saying he wants Russia to be welcomed back into the G8.
We have a world to run. And in the G7, which used to be the G8, they threw Russia out. They should let Russia come back in. Because we should have Russia at the negotiating table.
I don't know if Trump colluded with Russia, but if everyone was accusing me of colluding with Russia, I wouldn't be caught dead mentioning their name. Like, if your girlfriend accused you of cheating with Keisha, even if you didn't do it, just shut up about Keisha. Just shut up. Hey, babe, you know who we should invite to the party? Keisha. Nigga, I know you didn't just bring up Keisha. I know you did not just bring up Keisha. But clearly Trump doesn't know how to take a clue because he kept bringing up Keisha all weekend long.
Some people like the idea of bringing Russia back in. This used to be the G8, not the G7. And something happened a while ago where Russia is no longer in. I think it would be an asset to have Russia back in.
There's something that happened that got me kicked out of the G8. It was the invasion and annexation of Crimea. Do you think that Crimea should be recognized as Russia?
Crimea was let go during the Obama administration. And, Obama can say all he wants, but he allowed Russia to take Crimea.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Russia annexing Crimea wasn't really a big deal. But we must never forgive Obama for letting them commit this atrocity, which was not a big deal at all. I mean, who even knows what a Crimea is anyway? I mean, it's just a random little place whose blood is in Obama's hands! Anyway, I think we should invite Keisha. That's what I'm saying. What do you even mean? Now, for a normal G7, Trump's Russia obsession would have been more than enough drama. But for President Trump, he was just getting started.
President Trump stuns the world, pulling out of the G7's official agreement and issuing a warning to allies.
We're like the piggy bank that everybody's robbing.
This unprecedented friction with some of America's closest allies. The president and his top aides are launching this all-out assault against Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
The president, en route to Singapore, accused Justin Trudeau of false statements and called him very dishonest and weak.
So Trump went into the G7 for a run-of-the-mill check-in with America's allies, and then came out full on beefing with Canada, the Ned Flanders of countries. It's safe to say that no one expected this to go this way. It's like going into the doctor for a routine checkup and then coming out as a human centipede. I don't think this is covered. I don't think it is. And other G7 leaders were shocked by Trump's actions. Emmanuel Macron called Trump incoherent, and Angela Merkel said that Trump putting out the deal was sobering and depressing. Although, to be fair, she is German, so everything is sobering and depressing to her. Yeah, she was probably at breakfast today like, I find this pancake man both sobering and depressing. Now, the reason President Trump went all push and see on Trudeau is because he claims that Trudeau was super nice to him in person, but then as soon as Trump left, Trudeau held a press conference saying that Canada still planned to retaliate against the US's new tariffs. Because you see, Trump has a policy. You don't criticize him behind his back, all right? And you also don't criticize him to his face. Side doesn't work either. Yeah, you write it down on a piece of paper and then rip it up into tiny pieces, and someone will run by and pick it up. That's how it works. Because if you do criticize Trump, he'll send his guys out on TV to let you know that it's on.
The president's advisors fiercely attacking Trudeau on the Sunday shows.
He held a press conference and he said the U.S. is insulting. He really kind of stabbed us in the back.
There's a special place in hell for any foreign leader that engages in bad faith diplomacy with President Donald J. Trump and then tries to stab him in the back on the way out the door.
Wow. There's a special place in hell for any foreign leader that engages in bad faith diplomacy with President Donald J. Trump. That is a serious threat and a very specific place in hell. And that sounds VIP as shit. Yeah. That's just like one person. All the thoughts in hell are gonna be like, damn, who's that doing VIP? But still, the question is, why on earth would Trump react in such an extreme way to a trade dispute with such a close and unthreatening ally? Well, according to Trump's economic advisor, this is all part of a greater plan.
POTUS is not going to let a Canadian Prime Minister push him, POTUS, around President Trump. On the eve of this, he is not going to permit any show of weakness on the trip to negotiate with North Korea, nor should he.
So this was about North Korea?
Of course it was, in large part.
Of course it was, in large part. Why was he doing that like he just watched a Tyler Perry movie? Our president will not get pushed around. He will not. So, in essence, to win his Nobel Peace Prize with North Korea, Trump is going to start a war with Korea. It really is brilliant, and the man is playing some two-dimensional chess. Remember that photo of President Trump at the G7 summit from a few weeks ago? Remember that one where it looked like all the other world leaders were fighting with Trump because he refused to take a bath? Yeah? Well, it turns out there's a pretty sweet story behind it.
Chancellor Merkel of Germany and Prime Minister Trudeau of Canada wanted to press Trump directly to sign the communique, and Trump was sitting there with his arms crossed, clearly not liking the fact that he felt like they were ganging up on him. He said, okay, he'll sign it. And at that point, he stood up, he put his hand in his pocket, and he took 2 Starburst candies out, threw them on the table, and said to Merkel, here, Angela, don't say I never give you anything.
I cannot believe that Donald Trump would have 2 uneaten Starbursts in his pocket. I also can't believe he threw them at another world leader. Although knowing Trump, he probably immediately snatched the second Starburst back. He was like, I only meant to give you 1. We all know that in America, many people dislike Donald Trump. But it turns out in England, they also don't like him.
Mr. Trump and the First Lady also visited Windsor Castle for his first meeting with Queen Elizabeth, which had some awkward moments.
As the visit was taking place, tens of thousands of protesters took to the streets of London carrying signs with messages like, Trump not welcome and dump Trump.
The streets of London swelled with tens of thousands of people protesting President Trump, including an inflatable Trump baby balloon.
You gotta give Trump props, man. I will say, it's impressive how protests follow him everywhere. Right? Do you ever think about that? Like, protests go everywhere Trump is. He's like that dirty kid from Charlie Brown. Yeah, he just carries the resistance wherever he goes. Like at this point, I just imagine protesters even following him into the bathroom, just trying, this is what democracy smells like. And if the British disliked Trump before he arrived, his visits only made things worse.
The president breached British protocol by publicly disclosing the details of a conversation he had with Queen Elizabeth.
He broke royal protocol by walking in front of the Queen, but she quickly stepped forward to correct the error.
He also today had tea with the Queen. He did keep her waiting for 10 minutes.
Video recorded the very punctual 92-year-old Queen checking her watch prior to the president's arrival.
Good Lord. Is there any rule he didn't break? Like President Trump in hot water after pushing the Queen into the royal swimming pool. For more on Trump's UK visit, we're joined by an actual British person. Gina Yashere, everybody! In the US, Trump's UK visit seems to not go so well. But as a British person, what do you think?
It's an unmitigated disaster, Trevor. This cockwomble. Yes, he came to our country and insulted us. I mean, that's what he did to our Queen. He's cutting her off like he's trying to beat her to the early bird special. Look, it wasn't just the protocol that he messed up. Trump was straight rude. He insulted our Prime Minister on tape before he even met with her, and then he blamed the Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, for terrorism. Oh, because he's Muslim and everyone wants to cut him.
Wow. You know, like after this, I bet you wish that Trump had never come at all.
Are you kidding? On the contrary, I wish he'd pop by more often.
but Gina, you just said that everyone in Britain hates him.
Exactly. Everyone. The United Kingdom has never been so united. Brexit tore us apart, but Donald Trump brought us back together. I mean, before him, nobody cared about the royals. We were like, they don't work, they do nothing. Our taxes pay for them to live on post welfare. Their downtown are being shameless. But Trump walks in front of our Queen, and I was like, but this is the mother of our nation, damn it! She's been chewing our crown, put this man in stocks, and slap his balls with a wet trumpet.
Slap his balls with a wet crumpet?
Look, nobody wins here, Trevor. These balls get crushed, and we win with a perfectly good crumpet.
What a historic day. North Korea and the United States meeting for the first time ever. And this is right up there with all the other great moments in diplomacy. I mean, Reagan and Gorbachev, Arafat and Rabin, Starbucks and Black people. I mean, this is huge. And before we even start, we all got to admit that we were wrong, right? We said the man couldn't do it. We said his temper would blow up the summit, but yesterday he proved everyone wrong and turned the nuclear summit in Singapore into a huge win for himself. So let's swallow our pride and give it up for a leader who's much smarter than we thought. Kim Jong-un, everybody, give it up for Kim Jong-un! I mean, no, let's be honest, people. This dude crushed it yesterday. I know everyone's focus is going to be on Trump, but this summit belongs to little Kim. He was the belle of the ball. Think about it. The government paid, right? The government of China paid for his private plane. The government of Singapore paid for his hotel. And the President of the United States flew to meet him on his side of the world.
Earlier, before their historic sit-down in Singapore, the two leaders sizing each other up with a handshake.
Yeah, you heard that right. President Trump said meeting Kim Jong-un was his great honor. I mean, then again, when you've appeared in a McDonald's commercial talking to Grimace, everything seems like an honor. I get it. But this Korea has been pining for decades, right? Equal standing with the American president, shaking hands, their flags side by side. Some may have seen that and thought, oh, Trump's being nice for now, but when he gets Kim alone in that negotiation room, he's going to denuke his nuts off. But it turns out only one man lost his nuts in that room.
Trump and Kim signed a joint document committing to work towards, quote, complete denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. The agreement is short on specifics, like whether the denuclearization will be verifiable and irreversible.
There's nothing new in this agreement. These are vague assertions from North Korea.
The piece of paper that got signed yesterday is frankly weak. I mean, this is not a strong piece of paper.
So hold up. Donald Trump flew across the world to Singapore, and all he got was Kim Jong-un saying, "I'll think about giving up my nukes." That's all he got. They could have done it over text. Because you realize Kim didn't commit to anything. He basically Facebook RSVP'd a nuclear deal. That's all he did. And while Kim gave up nothing major, he got the American president to give up a lot more.
President Trump making a massive concession, agreeing to stop joint military exercises between the United States and South Korea, exercises that greatly annoyed the North Korean leader. South Korea caught off guard by the president's announcement, responding that they need to figure out the accurate meaning and intention behind the statement.
Good luck with that, South Korea. Yeah, good luck. We've been trying to figure out Trump's accurate meaning and intention since the day he stepped off that escalator. Yeah.
But Mexicans are rapists. Does that mean they're rapists?
This is incredible. Kim Jong-un went up against the world's greatest negotiator. The man who literally hired someone to write the art of the deal. And got him to give up something for nothing. It's almost like Kim Jong-un did a Jedi mind trick on Trump. You know, Trump was like, "Yes, I will stop military exercises. And I will also pick you up from the airport. It'll be fun." Like Kim Jong-un, he owned the summit so hard. By the end, he even turned the leader of the free world into his personal hype man.
Kim Jong-un, as you know, has killed family members, has starved his own people. Why are you so comfortable calling him very talented?
Well, he is very talented. Anybody that takes over a situation like he did at 26 years of age and is able to run it and run it tough.
Kim is a brutal dictator. He runs a police state, forced starvation, labor camps. He's assassinating members of his own family. How do you trust a killer like that?
His country does love him. His people, you see the fervor, they have a great fervor. I think they're going to end up with a very strong country, and a country which has people that they're so hardworking, so industrious.
So you saw people enslaved in labor camps and you thought, man, these people love their jobs. Really, Donald? This is what happens when you're friends with Kanye West. I mean, and now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying President Trump shouldn't have negotiated with Kim Jong-un at all. But there's a big gap
What's happening? Someone's nose there.
And endorsing the Freddy Krueger of human rights. The only part of that summit that didn't seem to go Kim's way is when Donald Trump slipped up and appeared to make a fat joke about his new friend. The look on Kim Jong-un's face is like a scene out of The Office. Like, you can see he's thinking, make it look thin. You mean I'm not thin? Why didn't anyone tell me? Was it the death camps? Why didn't you tell me? And I guess from Trump's perspective, this is what he got out of the whole summit. Yeah, when he gets back to the White House, his people are going to be like, "Mr. President, you sold America down the river." And he'll be like, "Yeah, but did you see that fat joke? Worth it." If your name is Vladimir Putin, then today was a very good day. Because today, the presidents of the United States took your side in a fight between you and the United States.
Breaking news, siding with Putin. President Trump comes out of his meeting with the Russian president and rebukes U.S. intelligence agencies.
The president is standing with the Russian president while trashing his own country.
The president of the United States will not say he believes his own government over President Putin.
I think that press conference was the single most embarrassing performance by an American president on the world stage that I've ever seen.
Yeah, the most embarrassing performance by an American president. You know how hard it is to achieve that? George H.W. Bush once threw up on the Japanese prime minister. And Trump is now on top. And just so we're on the same page here, we're on the same page, right? When they set up this meeting last month, what was meant to be about?
Sit down.
They knew what the meeting was for. They knew it was going to be about nuclear weapons, it was going to be about the war in Syria, missile defenses in Europe. I mean, maybe it was just going to be Trump going in to see Putin for his annual performance review. No one knew what. The meeting had no agenda, right? But then on Friday, Robert Mueller dropped a bombshell directly charging 12 Russian military intelligence officers with hacking Democrats during the presidential campaign in an effort to sway the elections, which was major news. Like, the news was so big that it sent Cardi B into labor. She's like, Robert Mueller, dropping indictments, this baby coming out now. So now, the formerly purposeless meeting between Trump and Putin had a meeting, right? It was time for Trump to put his foot down. And he did it, right? Americans did.
Just now, President Putin denied having anything to do with the election interference in 2016. Every U.S. intelligence agency has concluded that Russia did. Who do you believe?
All I can do is ask the question. My people came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others, they said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this, I don't see any reason why it would be.
Right? You don't see any reason not to trust Vladimir Putin? The man was a top KGB spy. He'll steal the shirt off your back. Hell, he stole the shirt off his own back. You can't trust this man? On the list of people to never trust, Putin is right between WebMD and the mom from Get Out. I mean, it's serious. I don't know why not to Trump, because he said, like, now I see why Sherlock Holmes fired Trump as his assistant. Sherlock was like, well, you see, Watson, Trump, the mud on his boot contains an oxidant-rich soil found only in the small section of riverbed where the murder took place. Yeah, but he said he didn't do it. My God, how do you even get this job? He was Earl College. So basically, Trump believes Vladimir Putin over his own national security team. And he didn't just let Russia off the hook for election meddling. He blamed both countries for the breakdown in their relationship.
Do you hold Russia at all accountable for anything in particular? And if so, what would you consider them that they are responsible for?
Yes, I do. I hold both countries responsible. I think that the United States has been foolish. I think we've all been foolish. We should have had this dialogue a long time ago. A long time, frankly, before I got to office. And I think we're all to blame, but I do feel that we have both made some mistakes.
Now, in Trump's defense, he has good points. Sure, on the one hand, Russia messed with the US by meddling in their elections, but on the other hand, America held elections. So they were asking for it. Yeah, makes sense. And look, don't get me wrong. I wasn't expecting Trump to cut out Putin to his face, but you have to admit, it's pretty wild for the President of the United States to defend Russia against the United States. It's like seeing your team's cheerleader pumping up the other side. It's like, go team! And also their team. Both teams, but mostly their team. I mean, come on, Trump. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. And once again, all of this brings up the old question of what exactly is going on between Putin and Trump. And we still don't know. Like, we may never know. But in a way, it almost doesn't matter, because you have to ask this question. If Trump was some sort of Russian Manchurian candidate, what would he have just done differently? Right? Would there be a difference? I mean, in the past week, he's been tearing apart NATO. He declared the European Union America's foe, and now he's taking Russia's side on hacking America's elections. And he's slapping America's intel agencies. But it turns out there is one more important organization Trump does trust. It's Russia.
President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial. And what he did is an incredible. He offered to have the people working on
And stop touching my cables there. Why do you put things on top of other things?
I think that's an incredible offer.
Are you kidding me? So Putin offered to help investigate his own crime.
Look at this now.
And the president of the deal over here said, what an incredible offer. Like, how is this real life? Either Putin has something on Trump, which is why he's doing whatever he wants, or Trump is just an idiot who got killed. And honestly, I don't know. Like, what do you expect? This is what you get. when you put a KGB agent up against a KFC agent. The NATO Summit. It's the annual meeting of the world's most powerful alliance. Sort of like if the Avengers were extremely concerned about steel tariffs. And yesterday, the meeting got off to a rocky start. President Trump had a testy exchange with the president of France. He called out Canada for not pulling its weight financially, and he demanded that Germany stop pronouncing their W's like V's. You're making their schnitzel sound way less funny like that. It's wiener, not you. So Trump,
get to the dinner table. It's time to eat.
Right? In the middle of it, it led to something that nobody was standing for. A bunch of world leaders caught on camera laughing at America's president behind his back.
Breaking overnight, a video that might just drive the president crazy. It appears to show the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, the French President Emmanuel Macron, and British Prime Minister Boris Johnson laughing at how the president conducted himself yesterday. Watch this.
Man, that video is amazing for two reasons. One, it is crazy that we were able to hear a private conversation between major world leaders that did not know this was happening. And two, that when world leaders get together, they're gospel bitches just like the rest of us. I thought the meeting would come, world leaders would be like, okay, we need to go back and draw up a new treaty. Instead, they're out there like, what was he wearing? And the French guy was like, oh, so he can't speak English? I mean, I don't speak English, but he really can't speak English. Yeah, it turns out NATO is so catty, they should get Andy Cohen to host it. That's what they should do. And while most people thought this video of world leaders trashing Trump was hilarious, there was one person who did not find it funny.
We got the president leading a testy NATO summit. Leaders appear to be locking behind the scenes, and that was the last straw. The president responding right in front of the cameras. Take a look.
Oh, he's too fast. The president was scheduled to have a press conference before he left, but during that bilateral meeting, after he was asked about this video that's going viral with Trudeau that we played for you, the president said, well, I don't think I'm going to have the press conference now. I think after my bilateral meetings, I'll just get on the plane and head back home.
Yeah, and in response to what happened, Trump called Trudeau two-faced and announced that he was leaving the summit early. And you know what? To be fair, Trump's not wrong. Justin Trudeau is two-faced. He's got a white one and a brown one. And as for him going home, as for Trump going home early, guys, I think they hurt his feelings. Yeah, it's like Trump was at a sleepover and all the other kids turned on him. You know, and now he's just there like, Mom, I know it's a day early, but can you come pick me up from NATO? And look, man, I know a lot of people don't like Trump, but I don't care who you are, man. Every single one of us knows this feeling. Huh? Finding out all the cool kids at school are laughing at you. And you run home all the way crying. You know when you're a kid and you cry, you run with your arms dangling by your side. And for Trump, the most hurtful thing is probably the fact that Boris Johnson joined him. That's a shitty thing. That's shitty, Boris. That's a shitty move, Boris. That's your friend. You know who Boris is? Boris is that one kid you think is your real friend. And then you see him over there trying to fit in with everyone else, telling them your deepest secrets. Oh, and also, Donald told me he pays the best. I told you that in confidence, Boris. So shitty. So President Trump was clearly hurt by what happened. He decided to head home early. But before he left, he tried to get back at all these other dudes by making some new friends. From the American Lady, President Trump has got lunch with a select group of NATO nations, what President Trump calls the 2%ers. That's a group of 8 other nations that are spending 2% of their GDP on defense. They include Bulgaria, Greece, Britain, Estonia, Romania, Lithuania, Latvia, and Poland. Okay, this is just embarrassing now. Trump's rolling with Romania, Lithuania, and Latvia because of what happened. It's almost like the popular kids dropped him and now he's eating lunch at the loser table. And they're probably really nice. They're like, don't be sad, Donald. You can have some of my horsepower. It's wild and pickle. Get away. So look, man, clearly NATO did not go well for Donald Trump. And I'll be honest, I don't blame the Donald for flying home early. Mr. President, you shouldn't be in a place where people are going to laugh at you behind your back. You get on Air Force One and you fly straight back home. When we promise that we will laugh at you to your face. Washington, D.C. has been buzzing. And not just because of Joe Biden's new extensions, although they do look fly. No, I'm talking about the January 6th hearings, which have now officially kicked off. So, let's catch up on all the latest news. You know, different people have different ideas about what happened on January 6th. For many people, it was the day right-wing fanatics attacked America's democracy. For Trump supporters, it was a field trip where they got to meet their friends from the internet. But now, the committee said that it can prove that January 6th wasn't just a spontaneous riot by an angry mob.
Washington,
It was the climax of a long
is not located in the state of Washington.
Which, I don't know about you, for me is shocking.
No.
No, because I didn't think Trump would coordinate anything in advance. But then kind of where a sentence should end. But I didn't think that would happen.
Really?
According to the committee, Trump
That's why it's called Washington, D.C., not Washington.
And the reason that we know
Because there's Washington, D.C.
Washington District
The committee relied on some of those closest to Donald Trump to make its case.
Okay.
His once loyal attorney general told investigators Trump's claims of a stolen election were bunk.
I told them that the stuff that his people were shoveling out to the public were bullshit. I mean, the claims of fraud were bullshit. I thought, well, if he really believes this stuff, he has, lost contact with he's become detached from reality.
And the president's own daughter and senior advisor.
I respect Attorney General Barr. So I accepted what he was saying.
Hours after the hearing, Trump put out a statement saying his daughter, quote, had long since checked out and was only trying to be respectful to Bill Barr.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Ivanka checked out? When was she checked in? Because for 4 years, it looked like she was just walking around trying to find her desk. When was she checked in? Checked out of what? This is like if Machine Gun Kelly said he was no longer pursuing a PhD in nuclear physics. When was that even happening? Was that a thing? But yeah, Trump's inner circle was well aware that the election did not go their way. And they told Trump, except for one person who had the liquid courage to say that Trump did win.
President Trump rejected the advice of his campaign experts on election night and instead followed the course recommended by an apparently inebriated Rudy Giuliani to just claim he won and insist that the vote counting stop.
Was there anyone in that conversation who, in your observation, had too much to drink? Rudy Giuliani? In the mirror was definitely intoxicated.
Yeah, according to this former Trump aide, Rudy Giuliani was wasted on election night when he told Trump that the election was stolen from him. And I'm just curious about how you even know when Rudy Giuliani is drunk. No, because when a normal person is drunk, they say crazy things, they yell, they sweat a lot. So how does that work with Rudy? Does it work in reverse? Like, does he start talking normally? His hair like sucks back into his hair? How does this work? And you know, it actually says a lot about Trump that a whole team of sober advisors, his attorney general, his campaign manager, his daughter, who he wants to bang, yeah, we haven't forgotten, they were all telling him, you lost this election, sir. But then Trump was like, yeah, whatever, drunk vampire, what do you think? You know, when you think about it, it actually makes sense that Trump would listen to a drunk person, because that's the one time people probably sound like him. You know? It's just like, what do you guys think we should do? I'll tell you what I think we should do.
Eu acho que vamos conseguir isso daí bem, né?
Need to get some cash.
Sim. I know how this goes. I've played the hero before. But now, I know. Anyway, Jordan now goes backstage. And they can eat cheese, get 2 more minutes to get the shot.
Mesmo, tem uma capitão, ninguém perde tempo não, compadre. Eu tô boca na cabeça.
Which?
Have you heard of Master Mastodon's enchanted pendant?
No duh. Read all about it in the Time Before Time saga. Legend says if you wear the pendant, it'll lead you to his mighty storm winds. Or turn you inside out. Awesome!
So you have this pendant?
No. My partner does. She's a wretched, duplicitous thief named Dia. We met trying to corner the Sultan's ability. She tried to roam from a tower, I tried to drown her in a fountain. She sent me this letter right before I got trapped in that giant walking rock. Then she found the pendant and was bringing it home.
speak to her.
Give me the other gun.
Seriously? Fine. Our knees aren't what they used to be, no.
I think the world's greatest thief by playing fair.
Now, we can have your secret.
Oh, we can have you take a closer look into your heart.
Review and follow them out again. Then we'll be more prepared to set a trap for them. And up in the trap for them. Double stop true traps. And double our chances. No, I mean, no, it's not. No, I don't think so. I'm making it recognizable. All right, dragon, knights are stubborn. They give up. There it is, written down. It's official. No giving up allowed. Cool. No giving up allowed. Everyone I love will be in grave danger. Dad! I love Papa Park. What do you know about Papa Park?
Yes, these days, they won't read anything without pictures.
What am I doing? Being stubborn. These moment peppers in the stadium. Anything you've learned today, you can always Team Dragon Night on the States. Cornbread, 3 o'clock. 12 o'clock. And another one at 7 o'clock. 14 at 1 o'clock. Hey guys, am I just getting a little hungry here?
No, 8:22, 33 seconds.
Seems like holdovers.
I said pencils and I cannot.
Hmm?
I circles so that I can know how many.
And how many are there? Did you write their numbers?
Yes. 5, 9, 8, 5, 4.
Wade? Bounty protector. Now we will be thinking for storm You really connect these muffins? When you brought threaten off the list, how else do you
Let's keep that book.
still feels like we're in the threat zone? Huh? The winner of the tournament speaks with Zuma, and the tournament isn't over until nightfall.
Hey, we need to. Where did Goldberg?
But there's no one else. We wiped them all out. You forgot to wipe us.
Oh, what are you doing?
Me and my crew here, we challenge you. Winner talks to Zuma. You don't know what's supposed to sign up for. I think I do. Well, please. We have a surprise matchup today. A group of warriors from across the sea, Team Dragon. That challenge is already invited by champions, the War Boys.
Just get that one.
Oh, come on. We finally get to do something fun that doesn't involve giant rock monsters or moss skeletons or weird evil spirits. Let's just have fun out there. That's what's really important.
What about the news?
Yeah, right. That too. How do we keep the level of whatever game this is? Yeah, please go to the one you saw going when the ball goes through your opponent's
Exhausting.
1, 2, 50 points wins the game. My context by not saying this point. Guy like second red flag. Which is super cool. And wait, let's see. Please, you can hit the ball with any part of your body except your hands and feet.
So what are you supposed to do? Your stomach?
Okay, Big Belly. Now's a big chance.
Do you know this how?
Come on. Whoa! Start clear right here.
I'm not playing.
Why? You're natural.
Oh, please. I feel my face. I mean, over here right now.
Seek information on the pirate queen through these up, and I suspect some of your structure hang out with you.
Oh, boys! Over here!
Boys. This is Ron's dealer. I want to be trained to you or her. A bribe? I'm a Knight of England, you scoundrel.
All gonna show what was said. And that's one of the funny things. Young cat, I only have one.
We will not get into the race of these degenerates.
Good luck with that.
I feel that you are the one who will lose confidence. I'm the one who got a trick up our sleeve. We're a team. No, more than a team.
Practically standing. Well, they're also a team at Liberty Assembly.
We got this, bro. I just wanted to nail one motivational sports speech.
Cool. They need to score another 35 points to win. You still catch up. Wait, we started up again? Wait. Come on, why are you killing us out there?
We're not going to see someone so cool. She really so cool. She has no mercy, no empathy, no heart. The other children, they call her the beast.
The other children? You were able to beat them super cool.
But if I unleash her, I will not be held accountable for anything she says, breaks, or turns. Understood?
Understood. Let's do this.
Maybe the reason no one wants to help you is because you keep calling them lowlives and degenerates.
I see things as they are, and I won't stick to that level.
Yeah, but if you were a criminal, would you want to want to
Yeah, and perhaps you're right.
So, let's pay the guy.
A knight doesn't claim to this impenetrable task, and he doesn't allow himself to be manipulated by petty scoundrels who will scour every corner of this wretched tavern. We will shine a beacon of justice, causing the burning to scurry until this pirate queen reveals herself. We will see you now. It's a fight war. There is no point in fraternizing Pilots? Now, what would a nice and disorderly country be doing without God? What's the Lord? Regenerate?
I'll just set someone out. Hey, are there just one of you ready?
When I learned to
I hate everything. That's what I'm talking about!
I'm following that beast.
What is wrong with you? What is wrong with her?
Okay, yeah, it's not great, but we do need the beast to talk to Silva.
The beast? You should get like this? Ah! Oh, I couldn't get the message. We're just standing around doing nothing like a bunch of losers now.
We're 2 points away. If we're gonna win, we need to work together.
I'll bet you 48 points. That's not true.
He's really hurting your mistake.
What are you doing?
It's a penalty. Which they're creating a rule for right now because of the gun play.
Exactly. Healthy. Healthy, great, and normal. Going in for our injured player, we have... Ah! Ah! Hi, everyone! Josh, thanks! killing. Hey, Blake, look at the bomb. You got your hands full. I'll have a look at it. Don't screw yourself. Yes, you get it. Sports are supposed to be fun. Exactly. Sometimes it's the only way to have to live in New York City. Take a free time and farm get water. Yeah. Yeah. It's getting pretty bad. And I haven't eaten in 3 days, but hey, pretty fun. And we're all winners. Oh, here's the ball. Let's get in there. I'm hungry for my win! Feed me! God help me stop her. What can I do? You've already unleashed the beast. Just keep away from her, and I'll try to keep on moving. No turning back now. I am not. Mission.
Mimi kapila naman. You guys managed to finish a full Coca-Cola yesterday. Why do you drink Coca-Cola in the morning?
You are so rich and you can
So, where are we? Yes, well, we're here because you want to dance. No, we're not here because we want to dance. You're here because you need to dance. Championship play. Come on, everybody. Ooh, yeah.
Anyone can die.
No, this is ridiculous. No, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's never so deliciousness. What are you doing? Stop that. We're on a mission. Technically, we're at a party. Tell me what you got.
Panda in the house, y'all. Panda in the house. Give it up. Beat your favorite apple. Panda in the house. Take it from me. Show us what you got there. Oh, I don't think I could. But if you really want to.
The ghost is loose, shaking his caboose, and now it's the band's turn. Squeeze the juice! No!
Squeeze the juice! Squeeze
That's what that means!
Squeeze the juice!
Ooh, yeah!
Squeeze the juice!
Squeeze the juice! Take the juice down! How I do it! And we know who you are! Yes, we know!
You never told me you had the voice of an angel?
Guards!
Yes, Matthew. How will you find my wheels?
Talk. Literally everything.
Oh, you want talking? I got this. So, it all started with a food tour where I saw the Luca Hoffman. That stuff in this Lost City looking. That Brookmany, and we thought she was really old, but it turns out she was just old-ish.
Hey,
And then we found the fire with the second Shang weapon. And then we came here and found the storm wheels. And then we won the pocket rock game. And then you said, talk, literally everything. And then I said,
okay, folks. Could still 20 minutes ago. She gets it.
what does she feel?
So there are 4 weapons and some bad guys for them, but you're the good guys, and you also want them? More or less.
Now then, over my wheels. You're sorry? She's possessed by an ancient master. We got it under control. No.
I can't just hand over the wheel to a tiny ghost.
What? Whoa. You mean wheels? Plural?
No, I only have one.
What? No. What? How?
Of course. I mean, I used to have to. Now I'm no longer doing an aqua like a bunch of years ago. They were just like in the dirt. I realized I could use them to bring rain and prosperity and fun to this city. But haters get so jealous. Some outsider stole one of the wheels and used it to make all sorts of science projects to steal our crops and terrorize my people.
You mean those scorpions?
I was gonna say Pinchy Boy land crabs. Yes, people needed protection. All this protecting totally cramped my style. I had to keep my psychics.
So you created this ridiculous ditzy logical persona to hide your identity.
Persona? What persona?
Nothing.
So you see, can't give up my wheel. It's the only thing keeping the city safe from mad scientists. I understand that you need to protect your people.
an even bigger threat is coming. When Klaus and Monaco arrive, they will destroy Tikal and stand in their way. Let us stand instead.
Look, I'm a fan who loves the vibes, love the outfits, love the intensity, but I let's see. You can take the other wheelbacks and the scientists can take the machines. Without dying. The next scientist probably crush you with her pinch for their crabs or something. You said deal with right off.
Oh, well, still, deal.
This is as far as I go. I can't be playing people unprotected. You know, in case you straight up like perish.
Thank you, Zilla. We took.
Let me remember you just as you are. Innocent and perfect. That's a double leap for you.
No one makes my nose!
I don't make any excuses. I was just holding the thing for a while. Farewell, strangers. And good luck. You're gonna like super neat.
What are we looking for? It would take extreme heat to work the metal on those scorpions. We're looking for some sort of forge.
Hey, you know, we have the fire whip, right? We're about to get the storm wheels, then the helmet, bing bang boom, fight Klaus and Veruca. What's the plan after we have all the weapons?
Sam! Are you okay? We'll have to hide them, I suppose.
Yeah, but someone will always find them like Brookmany or Zuma did.
Something of an idea, Blue.
With all the weapons, we can protect more than just a city. We can protect the world. Check it. 4 ancient masters created the weapons, and 4 new masters are gathering them again. What if this is our destiny? The destiny of the Dragon Knights! Wait, what am I a master of? So, duh! And being a great dad. Aww.
You cannot use the weapon!
Hey, I was just spitballing.
You must stop the destruction, not create more. And this bird has no choice but to endure. No!
I'm just saying that in the right hands, the weapons can do a lot of good. Like the ancient masters. If we're going to defeat evil like you did, we need to use the weapons.
You think we won? Yes, we created the weapons to fight true evil. But we made them too powerful. We broke the world apart, separated families, lost everything. I've seen how this story ends. You think you are going to save the world, but you will only destroy it.
I don't know how else to fight them.
You have enough time to ensure no one ever uses these weapons again. Oh! We can have the old boy right now.
Think I figured out where the mad scientist is making their scorpions.
It's not a forge. It's a volcano.
This place is lousy with scores. Way more than we thought about.
Fought and lost that fight.
Let's avoid an army. We can use the gold to cause some feed.
Step to the ship. Step down. Nice.
I